Now to a no-holds-barred, gripping story of one woman's very personal journey of love, loss, and moving on. The new book, The Best Worst Thing, is a memoir and a testament of life's bittersweet lessons. Kristen Brown is the book's author, and it's our pleasure to welcome her to the show today. Good to have you here.
Thanks for having me, Pat.
As we paint the picture of how all this started for you, you marry the man of your dreams, you have this adorable new baby, and then one morning your husband doesn't wake up.
That's pretty much exactly what happened. I was at my sister's wedding, and the next morning at the hotel, he didn't wake up. He had had a heart attack in his sleep at the age of 30. Tall, skinny, former college athlete, just a complete fluke.
No history of anything.
No history.
So you are thrown into a tailspin. That how does anybody prepare for that?
Exactly.
We're taking a look at some pictures here, you know, as your life began there. When you have in your mind's eye, and indeed you're living the reality of this great fun life, and it turns upside down, tell us what happens.
You know, for the first 6 months, it was really a fog. I think back and I have images, and I know my daughter is still here, so I must have been taking care of her, but my parents moved in with me, so they really helped keep things on track, and it took about 6 months for me to come out of that fog and realize that I needed to make a change.
And even after that, for people who think that you kind of get over,
yes.
You never get over. You write that for many years you still would reach for the phone, or you would still want to turn and talk to your husband.
Even earlier this week I had a moment like that, so it doesn't ever go away, and I doubt that it ever will.
You did move into another place in your life, and one in which you help other people. You went back to school, you got yourself a master's degree, you needed to find a way to support yourself and your daughter. Tell us about how you got to that place.
Sure. Well, I knew that I wanted to be a role model for my daughter. I didn't want her to ever look back and think, oh, my mom was so sad, or oh, that poor widow mom that I had. I knew I needed to move forward for her and be that positive force in her life. So as I started to move through my journey through grief, I started doing some crazy stuff. I went to surf camp, I got a tattoo, I started a business, I went to a couple of Hollywood events and met celebrities and really talked to people about managing stress. And now I'm helping others find a way through challenge.
Let's talk about managing stress. You don't need to necessarily have something catastrophic like a spouse die to have this happen. What do you tell people about managing it in the times that we're living in?
Well, stress is inevitable. If you're alive, you are stressed. And, you know, the biggest secret I have to managing stress is to maintain perspective and take time for yourself. Because if you're trying to go, 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 go and keep everyone else happy, you are just going to go down, 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 down into a pit. So it's to keep yourself focused on what you love, what your passions are, and keep that as your focus as you move through stressful times.
Is one of the things you also learned is how important your family and your friends are. I think a lot of us tend to think that we don't need anyone. We like to be self-sufficient, or at least think of ourselves in that way, but that's really not a very good way to live.
No, it's not, and I'm definitely one of those people. I've always been kind of an introvert and very independent, but as I went through this, I knew that I had to lean on people or I would go insane. I would really go insane.
We have some pictures of your adorable daughter, and she is the light of your life, and your husband lives on through her.
Absolutely.
As you look at her, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
That's great. Your goal now is to have her grow into a very strong, independent woman who can go and face challenges much as you have.
Definitely, and that's one reason I wrote the book. I wanted her to look back and know why her mom is the way that she is, and hopefully be that same strong woman too.
And you want to be a fun mom, and you are.
I try to be.
That's great. This is such a moving and wonderful story. I think while many women will find it very touching, I think men will find it equally moving too, to know about you and your relationship. It's great. Thank you so much for being
Thanks
here
so
today.
much, Pat.
The name of the book again is called The Best Worst Thing. You can find out more and get a link to Kristen's website at KARE11.com. Just click on our 4 p.m. show page. It is located under news. Really worth your time this summer.